Little Deadman Peak and Deadman Lake for Halloween. I don't know about all that. It just got really eerie and quiet. What is shaking, everybody? Hope you're having a good morning. I'm pretty excited. Been up studying maps, checking some stuff out, and I think we're going to try for Deadman Peak and Deadman Lake today. Weather's great again. We're going to be highs in the low 70s. Got down to like 36 last night. But nights are cold, but the days are still pretty nice. Tomorrow's Halloween. But this spot is up in the area I go to all the time. For some reason, I've just always overlooked it. Never really caught it on the map, but it's about 7,418 foot elevation, I believe. But I don't think there's a trail to it. I couldn't find any maps with a trail, so I plotted something out. It's actually the spot where I'm hoping to start from. It's about a 1.2, 1.3 miles to Deadman Lake. Deadman Peak is only about 0.6, I think it said. Something like that. But yeah, we shall see. It's going to be either bushwhacking, or we might get lucky and there might be a trail that's just unmarked on maps there. So it's going to be an adventure either way, as it always is. See you in a bit. Decided to go ahead and pull over at this spot here. We got about a mile to where the trail that I routed out starts, so we're just gonna add a mile, which is no big deal. I mean, that should make it 2 miles out, so it's like a 4 mile little adventure today. Let's see if we can get lucky and bag another peak. Little Deadman Peak and Deadman Lake for Halloween. I actually got a little bit of frost on the ground. Definitely was the right call parking back there. The gates closed, as it said. And like I said, some of those water bars got a little taller, and the road stayed narrow, basically single track, so I would have probably ended up having to back up at least 3/4 of that. So I'm glad I avoided that mess. That would have been just nonsense. So it's chilly. I'm glad I have my layers on and being in the shade. Not really warming up after that first mile, but not cold either, so comfortable. Well, that did not take very long at all. The old forestry road turned to overgrown with thorny deer brush all over the place, so it's looking like we're probably going to be doing some bushwhacking. You can still see a little bit of the remnants of the old road here, but if the old road is overgrown, I'm betting that the old trail or route that I mapped out is gonna be going through the fir forest and doing some bushwhacking. And boy, oh man, these things are pokey. Well, managed to find the old road again. It's super overgrown. It's steep. We're going straight up. Luckily, the whole elevation gain on this is only like, I want to say 670 some odd feet. So not too bad, but it's definitely straight up. Got me breathing pretty good. But yeah, you can kind of see the Sierra Buttes actually back over there behind us. See if I can pan around and get a shot here. That's where that fire lookout is that we did the previous episode. I'll put a link in the description if you want to go back and check that out. It's a pretty cool trek up to there, and pretty amazing to think that that rock outcropping up there used to be the ocean floor. It was pushed up by volcanic activity way back when. Pretty sweet. Managed to find that old logging road again. I'm gonna kind of follow it around and see if it starts climbing again. Oh wow, this is all right. Here we go, diving in. Ow, ow, ow. That stuff is freaking pokey. And I hooked the loop of my trekking pole on it, tried to steal it from me. Not today. Not today. All right, at least it opens up again here now. Eventually, we're gonna get back up into there somewhere. It'll top out at some point. Just slow and steady, meandering my way up the hill. We'll see if it's worth it here after a little bit. That's about 11 o'clock. Now we started off leaving the van. I think it was about 10:15, so about 45 minutes. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. More bushwhacking.
A few moments later.
I don't know about all that. You know that kind of creepy feeling you get when the forest goes silent? I just started up the hill here, see some rock outcroppings. So I'm thinking we're getting close. Might be a false summit, but still got a little further. But yeah, it just got really eerie and quiet. There were birds chirping and everything. I got about 50 yards up the side of the hill off of that old logging road. A little bit of a breeze, but it is dead silent. Huh. I just picked my way through all that stuff there. Definitely a false summit, but a pretty cool rock outcropping. Starting to see a lot of quartz laying around. Pretty cool weather beaten ponderosa up there too. Up here by that pondo, a pretty sweet view. The Sierra Buttes over there. Was a clear blue sky, bluebird day till those planes went overhead. Made it all hazy. That ain't cool. Yeah, not too far. We're going in the right direction after just checking the map, and scooted up here up the hill to go up over these rocks. Check this out. It kind of startled myself when I looked up. Glad nothing was here. It goes in there a little ways. A pretty nice little shelter. Or den. Alrighty, let's keep pushing on. I think I'm just gonna hop over the top of these rocks right here. We got up on the ridge line. There's our peak over there. Huh, well that's interesting. A little rock cairn here at the approach. Interesting because looking this up, like I said, there's no trail. I couldn't find a map with a trail for this anywhere, and I use Peakery to look up like different peaks and log my summits and everything. And even on Peakery there was like one person that said they'd been up here. I think it was like back in like 2018 2018 or 2017 or something like that. Other than that, that was the only one. I'm just kind of scanning around here, looking for the best route, because the peak is right up through over there, but there's a ton of that low, like creeping manzanita that's just like low brush. I think I'm just gonna cut through here. Looks like I might be able to get through. All right, let's see what we can do about getting up here to the top. We're basically there. It's a bit overgrown and brushy through here, but I think I can scramble and get my kind of pick my way through here. Let's see. Kind of looks like right through there by the tree. Yeah, that worked. Kind of on looks like a little game trail or something now. Trying to see if I need to wrap around, or I think I'm gonna need to wrap around. I don't think I can go straight up quite yet. All right, pick through a little more. All right, that worked. I found another little game trail and opted to just cut right up over the top, and it worked. Sweet. Deadman Peak. Another one bites the dust. Heck yeah, folks. Oh, this view too. It's always nice. Never gets old to me. Let's get down over here. Go see if we can catch a view of this lake down here, Deadman Lake. Oh, actually I kind of got a little peek of it. All right, set these trekking poles down. Oh, that is awesome. How cool is that? Definitely just fed by snow melt. What a cool little lake though. I'm definitely gonna have to come back. Luckily it's off the beaten path. This is not easy to get to. It's not a long distance, but it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. I'm gonna enjoy this for a little bit, grab a snack, and as usual take some photos and maybe call it, nope, it's only 12:15. We'll see how long I stay. At least shoot the wife a text and give her a picture. She'll totally be stoked on this. Awesome. Just realized I can see Lassen out there. Really nice view of it. That is so cool. Zoom in a little bit more. I know it doesn't do very good when I zoom in a lot, but how freaking awesome. What a great view. I got done with my snack over there and decided to just kind of meander around up here on the ridge and see if there was anything worth checking out. I was contemplating bringing up like an ammo can or something at some point and making a little login book. But as I was walking this way out here through this rocky section here, I actually found that someone had put one up here, and there's still a little bit of water hanging out. But yeah, somebody had put one up here like back in August 6th, I think it said. But they put it way down over here, which is odd because if they came up from this other side, which it sounds like they did, they fall summited. This isn't the summit over here. You can't see the little lake below, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and grab it up and go fill it out and stick it up at the actual summit where the peak is actually at, and you get the view of the lake. So yeah, let's grab this thing and take it on over there. Yeah, luckily it was kind of caught my eye. It was tucked in the rocks here. Hopefully they don't get upset with me, but I'm gonna put it where it belongs. It should be up at the summit. Now let's stick this thing up here on the rocks somewhere. According to this, looks like I'm the 4th or the 5th person to be up here that's logged anyway. And there's the peak. It looks like, to me, like this will do just fine right here. See if we can cram that in there. Perfect. All right, got some calories back in me. Wandered around for a while. Definitely gonna have to come back and get down there to that Deadman's Lake down at the bottom down there. That'd be a pretty cool day. These shorter daylight hours though, I think it's time to head back to the van.
2 hours later.
All right, well, we made it back to the van. I went ahead and I set my Garmin on track on my way back down from the peak. It was 2.5 miles from peak to the van. It's not too bad, 5-mile day. That's cool. I'm gonna grab myself a bang out of here. What do we got? Go with some purple haze today. These things are pretty good. Oh, it's kind of hard. My mount is kind of makeshift there, but yeah, really glad I made it up there. And it's kind of ironic that the route that I plotted out on Gaia ended up being almost dead on. I think I was about 10 feet off of the old logging road from back in the day. Could still see the water bars and everything, and then that off the top coming off there. That little rock pathway to jump over all the brush was pretty cool. That was nice. The route I drew goes right down through this rock outcropping that you hop on top of to stay on top of the brush. It's almost like I knew. But yeah, so thank you everyone for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed today's mini adventure. Like I said, with the days getting shorter and just not much daylight, and pretty soon the snow will be flying and we might be getting out doing some snowshoeing or who knows what. I'm not sure what we have in store for the winter yet, or you just kind of do this thing all spontaneously? No scripts, not much planning, usually no planning, just find a destination that looks cool and let's go for it. But like I said, thank you all. Hope you all had an awesome holiday. Hope the kiddos were safe and got all their treats and didn't get too much on a sugar buzz and drive you all nuts. And I'm sure you parents are probably swiping all the really good stuff out of there. I know how that goes. I was a kid once. I used to get my little Snickers bars and Kit Kats stolen. That was bullshit. But anyway, y'all, we'll catch you on the next one. The woods are for meandering. Get out there and explore. We'll see you on the next episode, folks.